Hello and welcome to Day 6 of the Playsheet Podcast's team breakdowns for the 2021 NFL Draft. It's an NFC North extravaganza today, starting with 2020's bottom team, the Detroit Lions. The Lions only have 6 picks going into this year's draft, including the 7th overall, the 41st in the second round, 2 thirds, a 4th and a 5th. As just mentioned, the Lions finished bottom of the NFC North in 2020 with a 5-11 record, losing head coach Mike Patricia in the process. New man Dan Campbell will inherit a team that has won only one single playoff game since 1957 and have been trending in the wrong direction over the previous few seasons. So what are the needs to get this team into a competitive position? After the loss of Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones in the offseason, Detroit are desperate for need at the wide receiver position. They did pick up free agents Brashard Perriman and Tyrell Williams through free agency, but neither seemingly have the chops to lead this team. Perriman has never had more than 40 receptions in a season, while Williams has been on a gradual decline since his 1,000-yard sophomore season back in 2016. The Bengals and Dolphins sit at 5th and 6th respectively in front of the Lions in this year's draft, and either or both of those teams could well take a receiver with their first pick. All things considered, it's improbable that LSU's top prospect Jamar Chase will be available to the Lions, and therefore it seems more likely that Devontae Smith will fall to them at 7th. Now clearly Smith is a talented player. Far be it from me to cast shade on a Heisman Trophy winning top 10 prospect. However, the Lions are not getting what they've lost by drafting him. Kenny Golladay, at 6'4" and 215 pounds, was a bona fide ex-receiver and a dominating red zone presence. Smith is 3 inches shorter, 40 pounds lighter, and unfortunately you can't change that through coaching. The Lions might think that they're getting a Golladay with Tyrell Williams, but for all his size, he's only racked up 23 touchdowns in the past 5 years. If the Lions had more capital in this year's draft, LSU's Terrace Marshall seems to be the right kind of physicality for them. However, given the needs across this team, it's unlikely that they can hit the wide receiver position on both day 1 and day 2. So after the Lions address wide receiver in round 1, it's likely they move on to the defensive side of the ball. There is talent across the team's D-line, but beyond that it gets really patchy. Early round linebacker selections like Jared Davis and Jelani Tavai have failed to live up to expectations, while the depth in the position evaporated in the offseason. Now, assuming the Lions do go wide receiver in round 1, this would probably be the next most pressing need, and therefore an early day 2 prospect like Kentucky's Jamin Davis or Texas's Joseph Ossai could appeal. Davis hits me as the better fit, as his versatility would open him up to being played across all positions in the linebacker group, especially if he adds on a little mass. Cornerback is another area of weakness for the Lions, but considering how much I've talked about the position over the last few videos, I'm just going to leave it as that for now. Now, there is an argument that the Lions actually address linebacker in round 1 and pick up Micah Parsons instead of a wide receiver. This is valid, as is taking a 4th QB off the board or trading back to accumulate more capital. There are several positions where the Lions need to find immediate starters, and unfortunately for them, they just don't seem to have enough day 1 and day 2 picks to address all their needs, let alone start looking for general depth or developmental prospects. Brighter days are ahead. They have 4 first-rounders across 22 and 23 thanks to a Stafford trade. Therefore, I would probably say that rather than looking at everything, they should aim to get some solid cornerstones to kind of get in place ahead of a wider rebuilding period that will happen over the next few years. That's the Lions.